Jesus
Hey, good
in
morning.
America
It's
too.
Tuesday.
She's a
Welcome to our
good
reading
girl,
lesson for today.
crazy about
I am happy to see all of you.
loves
I can't wait to see
horses
pictures of your
and her
work.
boyfriend
And
too.
I would also love to see pictures of the space that you have set up in your home to do your schoolwork from. So I want to see your face and I want to see where you're doing your schoolwork. So snap a picture, send it to me on Class Dojo so I can see your faces again. I want to see the best place you have set up dedicated just to doing your schoolwork, and I want to see a bright, shiny smile on your face. My friend Fat Cat is here with me this morning. Here he is. He's wide awake and ready to go and get this lesson started. I wanted to share with you, I'm excited that some of you have been calling and texting me and asking questions and asking about resources, and I'm always happy to share that information with you. If I don't answer the phone when you call, or if I don't respond directly to your text, I mean like right away, be patient with me, please, because I also have children at home that are doing their schoolwork and they are requiring some of my attention as well. And my oldest daughter, who still lives at home, is now working from home, and so sometimes she requires my assistance as well. So you guys be patient with me, and like I told you yesterday, this is a new process for all of us. We're all going to get through this somehow, some way, but I do miss you terribly. I want to tell you something else. I'm learning to do something new. I encourage, get my words right. I encourage you, while you're off and doing your schoolwork from home, that you also learn how to do something new. All right. My cousin from Colorado, her name is Lori. She sent me something and I want to show you what that is. Let me grab it. This is what my cousin from Colorado sent me. Can you see it? This is called Knit Quick. It is a loom, and you can put yarn on it, and you can knit things like hats and socks and leg warmers and scarves, all wintertime stuff. My cousin Lori is part of a group in Colorado called the Knitwits, and they crochet hats for the homeless and newborn babies at the hospital and patients who are undergoing cancer treatments. And sometimes cancer treatment patients lose all of their hair because of the type of treatment they undergo, and so they also crochet hats for them as well. And she wants me to become part of her group, and I said I would love to. So she sent me this loom to help me learn how to knit. I've never done it before, but I'm excited to try, and I can't wait to show you what I do on my new loom. All right, guys, so let's get started. Today is our Spirit Week. Today is our crazy hair school colors I am wearing. I know you cannot see. I'm wearing my college bound shirt from Hearn. I hope you all are wearing your school colors. I was going to do crazy hair, but my hair's kind of crazy all by itself. And, well, y'all know it's the struggle. Okay. So that is our crazy hair. Don't forget tomorrow, Dress Like an Old Person Day in honor of the generation that is most at risk. That comes easy for me. I'm already old. I don't even have to dress up. I just have to show up, right? Okay, so let's jump into our daily journal prompt. Both 5th and 6th grade will share the same prompt today. In your journal, on a piece of paper, or typed into Class Dojo, I want you to answer this question. What's the best book or story you've ever read? What made it so special? I'd like for you to write me at least 5, minimum 5 complete sentences using capitalization at the beginning, punctuation at the end. I would also, when you take your picture, to show me what you're doing today, what your study space looks like, and I want to see your bright, shiny, smiley face. Also, write me a caption for that picture to tell me what it is, where you are, and what you're doing, okay? Remember, a caption is just a little thing underneath your picture that tells me what it is, what I'm looking at, okay? So there's your daily journal prompt. What is the best book or story you've ever read? And what made it so special? Maybe it was the words. Maybe it was the plot twist at the end. Maybe it was the description. Maybe you got lost in that book and you drifted away into another place and forgot all about time and where you were. Those are the best books ever. I hope that you've read a book or a story like that you enjoyed enough to tell me about. All right, let's go back to our nonfiction text reviews. We started on that yesterday. This is where we dropped off. These text features are part of a nonfiction book, and they help you find information easier. And if we know what those text features are, then we know what to look for when we need information from our text, okay? Here's the examples of things we learned about in this unit. We learned about titles, table of contents, headings, subheadings, photographs, diagrams, labels and captions, glossary, and the index, okay? Those are just a quick review of just a few. We learned some other ones too, didn't we? Okay, so let's just review titles. They tell us about the topic we're about to read. They give us the main idea of the text. They focus the reader on the topic so you can make connections between the text and what you already know. And how many times have I said we have to use what we already know? Use that with what we are learning, and that makes us a deeper, more interesting learner, doesn't it? It gives us more information. All right, here we go. I want you to answer all these questions about titles. I'm sorry, my formatting looks to be a bit off there, doesn't it? But I want you to answer these questions about titles. These are examples of book titles. In your own words, describe the topic for each book without just repeating the title. I don't want you to repeat the title. I just want you to tell me what's the topic of this book. Okay? Write that down next to topic or on your piece of paper or in Class Dojo. Just number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and just answer what is the topic. Okay? And number 7 is how do titles help the reader? I just went over a few of those. You might have to go backwards and listen to the video. All right, so that's what I want you to do there. Tell me, look at edible wild plants, natural disasters, crime does not pay, working dogs, healing foods, how to be a safe driver. Tell me what is the topic of each one of those book titles, okay? And submit it on Class Dojo for me so I can see your work. Okay, the next thing in the book besides the title is a table of contents, and that's found at the beginning of the book, and that shows me how the book is organized so I can find information. In a nonfiction book, the table of contents would give you the number of each chapter or the page number each chapter, the beginning of each chapter can be found on. In a nonfiction book, the table of contents is used to show you how information is organized, so that you can find it quickly, you can find it easily, and that's the best way to say it. That's the way it's kept and the way it's organized. All right, let's do one more slide here before we move on to our reading passage. So I want you to answer all of these questions about the table of contents. Again, number in Class Dojo on a sheet of paper and take a picture and send it to me, however you want to do it. 1, 2, 3, 4, table of contents. So the first one you need to label title. This one you need to label TOC or table of contents. Number 1 says, which page would you turn to for information on forest plants? Number 2 says, which page would you turn to for information on forest food webs? Number 3, on which page would you find a definition for a forest? And number 3, on which page would you find the glossary? Okay, answer those, send those my direction, please, so that I can see them. Now let's move on to your passage that I asked you to read yesterday. I need to move that down. Now remember yesterday I showed you if this did not have a title on it. And the reason it doesn't have a title is we're going to come up with our own title after we come up with our summary for this passage. But today we're going to read it together. I want you to read along with me. You can read out loud. In fact, I'd appreciate it if you did. Here we go. Title. We don't have one yet. Millions of people take a trip to a beach every year in the United States. Miss Simpson's one of those millions of people. Spending a day at the beach can be a lot of fun. However, if you arrive unprepared, your beach trip could quickly be ruined by a painful sunburn. Okay, I saw a word that has a prefix on it, unprepared. What does un mean? Not. That's right. Good job. Not prepared. Okay, so not ready. The most important thing you should do to prepare for a trip to the beach is to bring items that will help protect you from the sun's UV rays. Sunscreen can help protect your skin and prevent sunburns. A hat with a wide brim all the way around helps to protect your entire face, including your ears and the back of your neck, while sunglasses help protect your eyes. When packing for a trip to the beach, be sure to remember all of these items! Exclamation point. Wow, that must mean it's pretty important. They're adding that for emphasis, aren't they? Okay. For people with lighter skin, it can take less than 20 minutes to get a sunburn. People with darker skin have more melanin. Ooh, that's a good thing to look up in the dictionary, isn't it? Have more melanin, which helps block some of the sun's UV rays. This makes it harder to get a sunburn, although there is still some risk of sunburn for people of all skin types. So I will tell you, Mrs. Simpson's mom, she's redheaded and freckled, and she burns within just minutes of being out in the sun. She, her whole life, has had to protect her skin, cover it up, put on sunscreen, wear long sleeves, wear a hat. She burns so easily. Okay, so let's move on with our passage. If you get sunburned, you probably won't see any redness or feel any pain for several hours. Oof, it does take a little bit of time, but once it hits, ouch. That's why you should put sunscreen on before you even get to the beach. Then, once you are at the beach, put more on every few hours or after you are done swimming. Make sure your trip to the beach is all fun and no pain by preventing a sunburn before it happens. Taking just a few minutes to prepare properly can protect your skin and guarantee a great day. Now look here, we have a text feature here. We have a photograph, a little boy who's got sunscreen kind of splattered on him and not spread out very evenly. He better fix that before he gets sunburned. And we have a caption under this photograph. It says, don't forget to put sunscreen on your face. I have to tell my children that all the time when we go to the beach. They got to put it on their nose and their ears and on their chin and underneath their neck. I want sunscreen everywhere because my rules when we go to the beach is if you get sunburned on the first day, Mama's not going to be happy with you. Okay, so that is our reading passage today, boys and girls. So let's take a minute. Let's think about if we were going to summarize this passage, what would our summary be? And after we come up with our summary, we're going to come up with a title for this. And so that is your assignment for the day, is to come up with your summary. And I want you to look at this, summarizing nonfiction. Only include information that you find in the passage. You might have other information that you know to be true and factual, but if it wasn't in the passage, do not include it in the summary. Right? When you write a summary, you must only include information from the reading passage or the book you are summarizing. You cannot include any additional information, even if it's true. I'm reading the directions now. Think about what statements could be included in a summary of the passage you just read about going to the beach. Cut out the statements at the bottom of the page and glue them in the correct column below. I'm not going to ask you to print this off and cut anything out, but I am going to show you your options. I'm going to move it up past the directions. Here we go, so that you can see statements from the passage that could be included in the summary and statements not from the passage that could not be included in a summary, right? Don't include it if it wasn't in the passage. Does that mean I'm going to have to go back to the passage and look and to make sure it came from the passage? Yes, you got to go back and look, right? Prove your answer. My expectations for you while you're learning from home have not changed. I still expect you to go back to the passage, do the work, find out, was that really in the passage or not? Okay, so this thing is just not big enough to show you my whole screen. I'm going to move up so that you can see everything. You're just going to have to remember to tell me which information should be included in the summary and which information should not be included in the summary because it wasn't in the passage. Okay? So read these item choices. Bringing items that protect you from the sun is important when taking a trip to the beach. Sunburns can be very itchy and make your skin blister. An umbrella provides shade which protects you from the sun's UV rays. When preparing for a trip to the beach, make sure to bring beach towels and a change of clothes. Sunscreen, sunglasses, and hats can protect you from the sun's UV rays, and sunburns can ruin a fun trip to the beach. That's the truth. Okay, so I want you to look at those answer choices. Tell me which ones you can include in a summary. Tell me which ones you should not include in the summary, and then I want you to write me a title for this story. Got it? Okay, so do that. That's your date. That is your daily assignment plus your daily journal prompt, which I gave you at the beginning of this video, plus your language arts lesson, which I will be uploading as soon as I get both of these uploaded. And don't forget to go online, read a book, get a magazine, get a newspaper. I want you to read today. Read something today. Okay, I love you guys, and I will see you soon. I hope I get to go to the school today, and I'm very excited about that. And Mrs. Hinchin told me this is the only day I get to come to the school, so I got to get anything that I need to use at home. This will be the first time I've gotten to go back to the school since we broke for spring break, and it will be the only time I get to go, apparently, until we come back together to meet. Okay, guys, I love you. Take care. Have a great day. Be good to yourself. Be good to one another, and I will see you tomorrow.